Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's Millsburg Village Council meeting. May we have roll call, please?
Hahn,
Here.
Shoemaker,
Here.
Hofstadter,
Here.
Vaughn,
Here.
Poland,
Here.
Coffee.
Here.
Thank you. Good evening. Welcome, everyone. I believe we have a visitor that wishes to address the council this evening. Michelle?
Hello. Thanks for having me tonight.
Michelle, do you want to do it now or do you want to, I told her earlier that I was
Okay.
going to do it during my report, but if you want to do it now, that's fine too.
Whatever you guys want, I'm
if you're-
flexible.
Yeah, if you're ready, go ahead.
Okay. All
We,
right.
Michelle and I have talked was that last fall? You guys had done a temporary story walk
Yes.
around the
Yep.
walking trail at Deer Run. And it was like wooden posts with laminated sheets on them. And it was pretty neat. It went well, but now they're looking to do something a little more permanent, and you should have all got a copy of kind of a picture of what this would look like, the frames that would be installed. So I'll let Michelle take over from here.
All right. Well, thank you, Nathan, for inviting me and all of you for considering our proposal. The Story Walk, just to give you real quick background history, has been going on for years. It is something that was a collaborative effort between Ann Ferguson, who's from Vermont, and her local public library. And they got their local bike club involved and actually started on bike trails. And the point was to reach out to the community and promoting literacy. And all over the world, there are story walks in various places. And with the onset of COVID-19, which put a damper on our programming options, we wanted to do something that was library related, literacy related, community related, but also provided a safe venue, if you will, for people to gather in small groups, their little pods, and do some activities besides something that's always virtual. We've done story walks here at the library in years past, just temporary ones with some of our major events, but we're kind of limited on space. So when I asked Nate about using the path, we thought that would be a perfect place to put up our story walk, our temporary story walk. It worked out great. Every time I was going out to the parking lot, there was a patron who said, "We've walked it 4 times. We love it. It's great." And however, the temporary story walk did not hold up well to October and November's weather. So there are libraries, Ashland Public Library, Wayne County Public Library, Dover, so forth, have more permanent story walk locations in their neighboring parks and so forth. So I'm working on writing a Library Services and Technology Act grant to help fund most of the cost of this story walk if you grant permission for us to set it up around the paved path next door. We thought that that would be just a great place. It would offer us the space needed to set up a story. Also that connection between community, and I see the park every day when I come to work, and that is a hopping place, I'm telling you. And so we just think that that would just be another layer to add to what you have going on there and provide just another alternative of things to do. Basically, we're looking at 20 frames. A picture book is approximately 32 to 40 pages, and we try to put 2 pages per post, but some are a little bit longer. So we felt that the 20 would allow us what we would need for various lengths picture books. Plus we can add interactive activities in between those, even a little advertising, not only for the library, but even some community events to bring awareness to what's going on around the neighborhood. So the quote that we got, just so you're aware of cost, for the post and for the frames, it's about $5,500. And it's from a company that makes these special frames for the story walk. And I've blown up, and I don't know how well this will show up, but here's a blown up.
Oh, yeah.
And we want something that's going to last. It's, there's still some moisture issues, which we can figure out how to counteract that, but we want something sturdy that's going to stand up to the wind and be available for kids of various sizes and adults as well. What we're looking for, we also have our friends of the library who they're always looking for projects, so we know we can get some support, financial support from them. Really what we're asking of you is, number one, permission to put up this permanent story walk. And the second thing is, we don't have the people power to install the posts. Now, if you'd like to donate the labor to that, that's great. If you can't, we've got some other avenues we can attempt for funding. And if you invoice us for the labor of putting those in and anything extra that's needed, like if cement is needed for the posts and et cetera, we would be happy to pay you. As far as going forward, we will maintain it. We will be responsible if there's anything breaks, vandalism or whatever, we'll pay for it. The only thing we may do is may ask you to help us with installation because we just don't have that kind of skill set here at the library. We would, you would just invoice us and take care of that. So really, we would just love to be able to provide this, no matter what. I think no matter what's going on in the world, the Story Walk will be a popular thing for people to do at their own pace and at their own time set. So, any questions?
How regularly did you change the stories?
Well, this last one did not get changed basically because I got ill and the weather also tempted, but the thought process is to probably twice a month, switch out the stories, go with themes, during the holidays, have some holiday books up. And then, winter themes, by the season. So we want to keep it fresh and keep people coming back. So it would definitely be a regular rotation of stories that, again, we would buy the books, we would prep them for insertion into the frames.
Oh, nice.
I think it's
I've
great.
been on 3 different story walks. My grandkids live west of Cleveland, and
Okay.
Avon, Rocky River, and Westlake all have story walks, and it's a great idea. There are a lot of families and children, doing the exercise plus the educational piece, and
Sure.
good idea.
Sure. So, yeah, and it's just another way to reach out to people with reading and literacy and, hopefully get them interested in popping over to the library. But if not, just being able to reach out to a place where they go.
I think it's fun to look at how the different projects are using that space over there that we had never considered when it was first set up. Things like the senior fitness stations and now the Story Walk. I think both of those are fantastic, and they're unique things that probably never entered into any of our minds when that park was first established.
Right. It's just a great space over there, and it's just amazing seeing how people have utilized that in all sorts of ways. So great job, you guys.
Nate, do you think that we can install those without a problem?
Yeah, I was going to offer that with your blessing for this project that we'd take care of the installation. We installed the senior fitness equipment when that was acquired by the county, and they are working on more equipment, as you know. There's a lot of room there. I think I think the cool thing about that park is it is so multi-generational now. You've got the skate park, the dog park, basketball courts, the walking path, the disc golf, baseball. I mean, it really is a hustling little area of town. And I think the more you add to it, it's only going to enhance it. So I think there's a room for it and a need for it, and we'd be glad to install them.
I think it's a great idea, Michelle.
Oh, well, thank you. And
Absolutely.
I don't know if you can see my map. I used Google. I don't know how current. Obviously, the skate park's not in yet, but we decided the starting and ending is in that walkway that comes off the sidewalk from the library, and then just going to the right, basically the outer portion there. That way people can stay on the path, read it. Hopefully it doesn't interfere with the other activities going on there, but that's kind of how we had it laid out. And I think when we did it, we only had 18 posts the last time, and we did it about 30 feet apart. So these will be a little bit closer, but it'll still offer, you know, some good physical exercise, and we can have the kids hop like a bunny from one to another. It'll just make it kind of fun, or flap like a bird, and hopefully they'll enjoy that experience.
And Nate, with the positioning of all those stations, that will still leave room and space enough for the senior fitness additional stations that they're looking at.
Yeah, I think so, because they like those kind of back off of the path.
Okay.
They like them in the shade, of course.
Okay.
You know, they're talking about several more pieces at this point, and they kind of talked about let me get my bearing, I think the north end of the loop now, to kind of encourage people to make the loop, you know, stop and do their exercise along the way at the various stations. And that's a pretty wide, between the path and the tree line, there's a lot of room there. So I'm sure we can make it work.
Okay. Very good.
So do we need a motion, Nate?
Yeah, a motion giving permission to use the park, or to install these on our property, I guess would be
I'll make a motion to proceed with the story walk at the park, and for the village to provide the labor to start that project.
Okay.
Second, Poland.
Khan,
Aye.
Poland,
Aye.
Shoemaker,
Aye.
Vaughn,
Aye.
Coffee,
Aye.
Hofstadter.
Aye.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Michelle.
All
Thanks,
right.
Michelle.
Thank you.
Thank you guys very, very
project.
much. And we'll
Thank
have
you.
a story walk party when it's all set up.
That sounds great.
Social distancing, of course. So, all right. Thank you all.
Thank you.
All right.
May we have a motion to suspend the reading of the minutes?
Shoemaker, I so move.
Coffee, I second.
Shoemaker,
Aye.
Coffee,
Aye.
Khan,
Aye.
Vaughn,
Aye.
Hofstadter,
Aye.
Poland,
Aye.
Any additions or corrections? May we have a motion to pass?
So moved, Hofstadter.
Second, Poland.
Hofstadter,
Aye.
Poland,
Aye.
Coffee,
Aye.
Khan,
Aye.
Shoemaker,
Aye.
Vaughn,
Aye.
Thank you. Bill Resolution 2021-02. Are there any questions on the bills this evening? May we have a motion to pass?
So move, Hoffy.
Second, Khan.
Coffee,
Aye.
Khan,
Aye.
Shoemaker,
Aye.
Poland,
Aye.
Vaughn,
Aye.
Hofstadter,
Aye.
Thank you. Chief?
Thank you, Mayor. I have several things. Patrolman Connor Bailey, his probation ends tomorrow. I'm just asking council permission to remove him from the probationary status to full-time status. Like I said, it ends tomorrow instead of waiting until next council. Where I'd ask now. He's completed his probation. Still got some things we'll work on, but I think he'd be a good addition to the department.
I'll make a motion to take him off of probation.
I'll second that.
Hofstadter,
Aye.
Coffee,
Aye.
Poland,
Aye.
Shoemaker,
Aye.
Vaughn,
Aye.
Khan,
Aye.
Thank you. My next thing is, like to get council blessing to hire Noah Wardle. He's from Medina. He will be hired as a full-time dispatcher. He is a certified officer, completed the academy last July, so he's not been on any other departments. But he was actually one of the officers from when we were doing interviews for the patrol position. With him not having the experience, this is where we came, and with me having an opening in dispatch, we talked to him, explained to him the possibilities of moving on into the department with his certification, using part-time, filling in some gaps, and eventually moving out to the road. So I would like to ask for his permission to hire him. His start date would be February 13th.
Matt,
I'll make a
what's his
motion.
name? Hold on a second, Bob. What was his name you cut out?
Noah Wardle, Wardle.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Shoemaker motion,
Yes, I move to hire him.
Second, Poland.
Shoemaker,
Aye.
Poland,
Aye.
Coffee,
Aye.
Khan,
Aye.
Hofstadter,
Aye.
Vaughn,
Aye.
Thank you. Next, I have a letter of resignation from Tyler Larson. Tyler is a dispatcher with the department. His letter would be effective April 10th of this year. He's had a major opportunity come up in his personal life that I think many of us on the department don't blame him for taking advantage of. So when he had talked to me about it, I had asked him, as soon as he knew for certain what he was doing, if he could go ahead and give me his letter. That way I could present it to you guys, and also the possibility, blessing from you guys to continue a search to work on replacing him. So that I don't have a time frame with just hiring a new dispatcher. He'll be new. Hopefully we can get somebody in, get them trained, and not have a whole lot of disruption in dispatch. It'll definitely be a little rough, but I would like to be able to start working. Since we have people applying for the dispatch position, we still have some of those people that we would like to interview and look at progressing in the hiring of them.
I'll make a motion to accept the resignation and to proceed forward with the hiring of a new dispatcher.
I'll second
Second
that,
that.
Hofstadter.
Khan,
Aye.
Hofstadter,
Aye.
Coffee,
Aye.
Vaughn,
Aye.
Shoemaker,
Aye.
Poland,
Aye.
And then I would have something else for executive session. Other than that, I'm good for now. Thank you.
Nate,
I got a question for the chief. The new logos for the cruisers, I don't think we've ever discussed it, but where are we on that?
The newest car is marked. I have the equipment for the inside of the car, but I don't have the lights, the electronics for the cruiser. So I'm waiting for that to come around. Once that car is in service, then I'll look at getting the rest of them changed over, the graphics changed over. I don't want to, they need at least a good 24 hours to do it. And with only having the 3 marked cars, I don't want to take one out of service for the 24 hours and leave us with just 2. So I have no idea when the lights are going to be in. That's one of the things with the detective vehicle that took the longest for them to get here. Like I said, the internal stuff for the inside of the car is here, but we'll wait until the lights, the siren, and the box that controls that. The way I understand it, it gets shipped to Paul Public Safety, which is who does the upfitting, and they do some programming. And then whenever they have everything ready, they'll let me know. And usually when they let me know, they're here within a week. Probably take a day and a half is what I think they guesstimated to get the car done and for me to start using it, getting it out on the street.
I like the logo. It was nice.
Thank you.
My turn.
Turn.
Nate,
Am I up?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Nate.
All right. I don't have a whole lot for you tonight. Design Review Board and Planning and Zoning. We've been working with West Main Investments and their engineers and different people on their new building at the corner of Crawford and East Jackson. It's a proposed 3,000 square foot building. So that'll go to Design Review Board for certificate of appropriateness, and then to P&Z for site plan approval. The sidewalk projects, I know on my report I said no update, but that was incorrect. Schaefer Johnson Lichtenwalder has all the information now. We're just waiting on them to finalize that. And we added some sidewalk work based on what didn't get done last year and looking at the budget for this year. So they'll have to do a little bit of not design work, but get them onto drawings to get the bid package ready to go. So hopefully that won't take too awful long, and we'll get that out to bid here pretty soon. Deer Run Park, the Paul Laney Memorial Tournament Committee has asked once again to reserve the fields July 30 and 31, and then also to waive the reservation fees for that tournament. And they've done this. This is probably the 4th year in a row, I'm guessing. So we would
You
need
need a motion for that?
We do.
I'll make a motion to approve and waive the fee.
Second, Poland.
Coffee,
Aye.
Poland,
Aye.
Shoemaker,
Aye.
Khan,
Aye.
Hofstadter,
Aye.
Vaughn,
Aye.
And then just the last thing real quick, while we were talking of the library project, it reminded me that if you haven't been up by there lately, the fence is up around the basketball courts now. Looks good. So hopefully that'll help keep things where they're supposed to be with all the use that area is getting. So once again, that park it's crazy the amount of use that thing gets. If it's above 0 degrees, there's somebody there. It's good to see.
That's great.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Hey, Nate, when was the projected time to work on the story block project? Do you have a projected time for that?
I really don't. From what she said, she's working on the grant application now. And I really don't know what the funding timeline on that would be.
Part of the reason I asked is I know you and I have corresponded a little bit on the skate park, and there was a section, and I cannot explain to you what section that was that needed to be filled in or at least looked at for concrete. And I just wondered if they were filling, the concrete posts in, if that was something, if they had extra, if that was something I can try to specify with you or work with you on, I guess, where that fill-in needs to be, or at least look at it to see if we should fill that in.
Yeah,
So-
I know exactly where you're talking about. It's coming off of the one ramp. They circle around and come around the outside as opposed
Yeah.
to coming around the inside. And there's just a little corner, a triangle piece that needs filled in, basically the width of a skateboard. I think that it doesn't have to be filled in, but the thought was they should go the other way, but everybody's been coming around the outside for whatever reason. And I went up, I think you had sent me an email on that earlier. And so I went up and looked at it, and there was a couple skateboarders up there, and I asked them, does this make sense? What we're looking at? And they said, absolutely. We shortcut that all the time. So they just kind of
Cool.
hop over it now.
Thanks for looking into that, Nate.
Yeah, we'll get that taken care of. With between the disc golf, basketball, the skate park, the senior fitness, and now the library, we're always going to be doing something up there. So the next time we have some concrete work, we'll finish that corner off.
Good deal. Thank you.
Karen,
Nothing, thank you.
Bob,
Anything? Thank you.
okay. We'll have third reading of ordinance 2020-104 by title only. An ordinance amending zoning map, zone territory of the village of Millersburg. Are there any questions? Maybe have a motion to pass.
So moved, Hofstadter.
Seconded, Coffee.
Hofstadter,
Aye.
Coffee,
Aye.
Shoemaker,
Aye.
Vaughn,
Aye.
Poland,
Aye.
Khan,
Aye.
Thank you. Any committee reports? Old business? New business?
I want to throw out the council that the fees we have, like for a lot split or rezoning, if we would be in favor of forfeiting those fees, their minimal one's 50, the other one's 100, just to encourage, the growth of residential areas in town. So just want to know what your thoughts are.
Nate, what is the importance of those fees?
Those fees, Bob and I talked about that this morning. The fees cover advertising costs for, most of what we do, we have to advertise prior to the meeting in the papers. So it's intended to cover, which anymore, I don't know that they do with the cost of advertising in a paper. But it's to help cover those costs. And obviously, my time is worth something. So it's to contribute towards what I spend on that, supplies, that kind of thing. I think what Bob was referring to, I didn't take it you meant to get rid of all the fees, but if he's got a specific person he's dealing with on a potential project that could add a handful of housing units, if somebody's looking at doing some kind of development project, I think that's what you're referring to.
That's correct, right.
I don't, off the top of my head, without giving it a lot of thought, I don't know how we go about determining what the threshold is to waive those fees, but I
You
don't know.
could say something general like for good cause shown. And then it would be up to, council to decide if there's good cause.
So that would make it on a case-by-case basis, Bob?
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
And that's the only way I'd want to do it. I wouldn't want it any other way, just to
Correct.
keep me out of any potential favoritism or whatever.
My feeling is if we do it for one, we've got to do it for all. So if it's a mute point, that's fine too.
I don't know. You got my wheels spinning a little bit now on, I'm not aware of our fees increasing since I've been here. So maybe we're not charging enough. I don't know. I don't know what other communities are charging for permits and things like that now. I could do a little research.
I think that'd be a good place to start, Nate. Any other new business? Chief, you mentioned something for executive session. What's that in regards to?
To be a personnel.
Okay. There's no other business. May we have a motion to go into executive session to consider the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of public employee or official.
So moved, Colin.
Second, Hofstadter.
Colin,
Aye.
Hofstadter,
Aye.
Vaughn,
Aye.
Shoemaker,
Aye.
Khan,
Aye.
Coffee,